So today we're going to talk about multi-step equations. You guys have done one-step equations, which take 1 step to solve for the variable, and you have done 2-step equations, and that takes 2 steps to solve for the variables, right? In a multi-step equation, you are going to use more than one operation or to solve for the variable. So we know our operations are addition, subtraction, division, and multiplication, right? So in a multi-step equation, we are going to use more than one of these, or many of them, correct? Okay. So they require a variety of different steps. So it's going to be a combination of all of these things. And this is where your equation song becomes extremely important. So you all know the equation song, but I know how much you love it when I sing it to you, so I'm going to go ahead and sing it to you again. Can I use the distributive property? Can I combine like terms? Are there variables on both sides? Anything being added, subtracted, anything being divided, multiplied. Did I check my work? Okay, you guys know that, right? So we're going to do an example. That's going to be the homework, and we are going to follow every single one of those steps. And when you do a multi-step equation, just like any other equation, you are going to check in order and make sure that you have used or checked off every single step in the equation song. So our first example is going to be -7 x. I'm going to rewrite this. -7 x. Oops, I'm going to rewrite this. Forgive me. -7 parentheses x plus 9 parentheses equals 9 parentheses x minus 5 parentheses minus 14x. Okay, that's the example that is on your paper. Okay, what is step 1? Can I use the distributive property? Okay, we know that in this equation you can use the distributive property. So I'm going to put distributive property, and I'm going to put a check mark. Okay, how am I going to use the distributive property? The distributive property works just like multiplication, right? So you're going to multiply. You multiply a single term outside of the parentheses by a single term or by any term found inside the parentheses. So this is my single term outside the parentheses, and I'm going to multiply it by everything found inside the parentheses. Yes? So I have to multiply -7, this whole number, the -2 included, by 7. So -7 times x is -7x. I know this because I know that -7x represents 7 x's that are negative. -7 times +9. I get -63. Okay? Don't forget my equal sign. Okay? Now, I'm going to do, here, I'm going to do these in different colors for you. Okay? Now I'm going to do the same thing on this side of the equation. I'm going to multiply 9, +9 times x is 9x. And then I'm going to multiply +9 times -5. And I'm going to get -14x. 45, and then I keep my negative 14x. This stays exactly the same. Okay, next step. Can I combine like terms? Okay, in this equation, you combine like terms. Yes, you can, okay? What does that mean? We're gonna combine terms that are alike. What are some terms that are alike in this? This is alike, and this is alike, right? They all have an x in them. But when I combine like terms, I'm talking about anything that is together on this on one side of the equal sign. That's what I'm going to combine. So since there's nothing to combine on this side, is there something to combine on this side? Yes, I need to combine this x with this x, okay? So what am I going to do? It looks just like this. I'm going to reorganize it. 9x minus 14x minus 45, or 9x minus 14x, negative 5, put this in black, negative 5x minus 45. This side, we didn't do anything to, so it stays exactly the same. Negative 7x minus 63. Equal sign stays the same. Okay, next step. Are there variables on both sides? Yes, in this equation there are. So what are we going to do? How are we going to get the variable by itself? We have to go ahead and bring one variable over to the other side of the equal sign. So what am I going to do? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add 7 to both sides, but 7x. Negative 7x plus 7x equals 0. Cancels out. What I do to one side, I have to do to the other. So I add 7x. Negative 5x plus 7x equals 2x minus, I keep the minus 45, and on this side all I have left is 63. And between them I have my equal sign. Okay, what's my next step? Anything being added, subtracted. Yes, I am subtracting 45, so what's the opposite? I have to add 45 to both sides. So I add 45 to both sides. Negative 45 plus 45 cancels out to 0. 63 plus 45, or I'm sorry, negative 63, don't forget that this is a negative, is negative 18. Negative 18 equals, pull down my 2x. Okay, what am I going to do? Anything being added, subtracted. Did that. Next step, anything being multiplied, divided. Yes, there is. So what am I going to do? Divide by 2, because this is multiplication. And divide is the opposite. On this side, it cancels out. X is finally by itself. Divide negative 18 by 2. Negative 9 equals x. Beautiful. What is my final step though? Did I check my work? I have not checked my work yet. Okay. How am I going to check my work? I'm going to do it over here in this tiny corner. Okay. Actually, I'm going to erase this and then I'm going to solve it. So x equals -9. I have not checked my work, but your homework is to check my work. So what I want you to do is write out the whole equation again. -7 x plus 9 in parentheses equals 9x parentheses x minus 5 minus 14x. You are going to take x equals -9 and plug in -9 for all of my x's and solve. Okay? Beautiful.